Just yesterday, we finally got a solid lineup for patch 5.1, which took everyone by surprise. In this video, we'll review these changes and explore how they might drastically impact future rerun banners. Before we continue, are you planning on pulling from Walani or Kazuha, but you don't have enough Primo Gems for one pull? Fortunately, here's a smarter way that you can buy Primo Gems at a discount. Check out LootBar. LootBar is the highly fast and most reliable recharging platform with attractive discount. It is 100% safe cause only using UID to purchase crystal. We will buy pack for 6,480 crystals for $85, which otherwise would have costed $100, totally saving $15 or 20% from the official price. We received the crystals we purchased in less than 2 minutes. All the recharge will be done through the official channel with MiHoYo, which allows you to enjoy all top-up offers. And did you know? Big names like Genshin Impact, Dukaja, and Tavatimes trust LootBar for their Primo needs. If they're on board, you know it's the real deal. Now, new users can also get an extra 5% discount. Use my link from the description or pinned comment to get the amazing discounts. Now, onto the version 5.1 banners that took everyone by surprise. We already knew Xilonen would be the only new character in the next phase. Her animations and kit details are available, and she has interesting mechanics. She reduces enemies' elemental resistance, has cool abilities to move around in the open world, and can heal. Here are the farming materials required to raise her. Overall, she looks promising, but honestly, I can't decide whether I'll pull for her. But this is what we already knew, so what's new? The source of this info is the ever-reliable Hawkish.in. We've all heard the buzz about Nahida potentially replacing Zhongli in the next patch. The main event for patch 5.1 will be held in Sumeru, celebrating the birth of Lesser Lord Kusanali. And guess what? Zhongli won't be in the next update. In Phase 1 of the upcoming patch, we'll see Xilonen and Chiori. Then, in Phase 2, Nahida and Hu Tao will return. Looking ahead to patch 5.2, slated for release on November 20th, Chasca is rumored to be the new 5-star character, and she's already stirring controversy. I covered the controversy surrounding her, along with her kit details, in a previous video. Feel free to watch it if you're interested. In short, she might be able to change her element and have flying mechanics during the Night Soul state. She'll be joined by Ororan, a rumored 4-star Bao user, speculated to be either Electro or Anemo. We are going to meet him soon in the 5.1 Archon quest, and he will have a major part to play in it. Patch 5.2 might be more of a filler update with no new map or Archon quest, so a Liyue Chronicled banner return wouldn't be surprising. But it's wise to wait for an official announcement from the devs. The Archon for this patch is likely our favorite bard from Mondstadt, Venti. An Arlecchino rerun would be perfect for this patch, as many eagerly await the father's return. We're waiting for more details on the last character who might appear in this patch. Before we continue, we'll host our next giveaway of 10 Welkin Moons once we hit 40k subs. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Version 5.3 is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated versions of Natlan, scheduled for release on January 1, 2025. Although Hoyoverse typically releases new Archons in X.1 or X.2 patches, the devs have already mentioned that Archon quests will continue through 5.0 and 5.1, concluding in 5.3. So, it's practically official that the Pyro Archon, Mavuika, will debut in patch 5.3. She'll be a 5-star Pyro Claymore user and a potential game-changer. Recent intel suggests she's quite different from what we're used to. She'll be a DPS character at C0, but as you unlock her constellations, she gradually shifts towards a supportive role. Also, in 5.3, we're getting Satali, and yes, she's a 4-star character, not a 5-star. She'll likely be a Cryo Catalyst user. Also, the Traveler will unlock their Pyro abilities, rumored to play similarly to a Mini Bennett. Mavuika is expected to pair well with Hydro units, making an Ayato and Novelette rerun a strong possibility. However, Ryathusly could also return in this patch. With the Chinese New Year starting on January 29th and extending through the latter half of 5.3 into 5.4, version 5.4 might host the annual Lantern Rite festival in Liyue. Leaks suggest 2 new characters may debut, with one almost certainly being a younger version of Madame Ping, a Hydro Polearm DPS focused on plunge attacks. She may be joined by fellow Adeptus, Xianyun. The Geo Archon, Zhongli, will finally get his rerun in this patch. As for the second new character, we're still in the dark, but I'll keep you posted as soon as we know more. Also, if and only if, Xiao appears in the chronicled banner, then a Shinha rerun will be a high possibility during Lantern Rite. Otherwise it's safe to assume that Xiao will be the last character here. Yu Tayvat, a well-known name in the community, has shared that the map in version 5.5 looks incredible. Now, this is big because Hoyoverse hasn't been giving us map expansions in the X.5 patches lately, those have mostly been filler updates. So, if they drop a new map in 5.5, that's going to be a nice surprise. For those curious about the next playable Harbinger, we've checked all the details available so far, and there isn't a shred of info suggesting we'll get Capitano during the Natlan arc. In simpler terms, as per the latest, there's a slim chance of him becoming playable in Natlan. Now, onto the two characters everyone's buzzing about. Rumor has it we're in for a major power creep, similar to how Arlecchino shook things up in Fontaine. It's likely going to be one of these two. First, Columbina, rumored to be a DPS sword user, and I can't wait to see what she brings to the table. According to the latest news, she might debut as an NPC during the version 5.1 Archon quest. If there's a new area in patch 5.5, likely Dorman Port, we might see the Damselite make her grand debut in this patch. Version 5.5 will also be the time for reruns of Natlan characters, but predicting the order is too far-fetched. Next is Xbalanque, who will make his first appearance during the version 5.1 Archon quest, though his screen time will be brief. We know he'll be playable, but there are no details on when. Two more characters will become playable in Natlan, Ian San, a 4-star Electro unit we saw in the first Tayvat teaser, and Aoife, mentioned by both Molani and Kachina. Aoife will also appear as an NPC in patch 5.1. That's all the updates we have for now. So, who are you most excited about? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to check out LootBar in the pinned comment.
Alright, now we're talking!